Aerospace is about reaching further. Further in technology, into space, and into the future. You want to reach further too. You enjoy puzzling, prototyping, and pioneering. You're drawn to complex questions behind how to make aviation and space travel ready for tomorrow. Quieter, safer, faster, and cleaner. You'll join a community of students from all over the world who, just like you, get bright-eyed over anything that flies. Being part of such a diverse international group prepares you for the aerospace world from day one. This industry revolves around teamwork and a global point of view. That's why it's such an advantage when you've already worked during your studies with people from different cultures, with different perspectives, norms, and values. In our hangar and labs, and on site with partner companies, you will work on technological innovation that reaches past aerospace itself. From developing satellites to improving wind turbines and Formula One materials. That's how you grow into an engineer who helps technology reach further.
Applied Aerospace Live.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Applied Aerospace Live. We are with episode number 7. My name is Erik Laan. I'm a lecturer of space engineering here at Inholland University of Applied Sciences with the Aeronautical Engineering Department. And today my co-host is Violetta. And you've already met Violetta in a previous episode, but she's here for the second time. Violetta is with the Aquilo rocket team, knows all about the electronics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have you been following Artemis II over the last days?
Yes, I did.
And how did you like it?
It was actually fantastic. All the new pictures from the Earth, the microcraters that we got, everything.
Everything, yeah. We're going to look at a number of pictures today, which came back from the Orion spacecraft. And actually, the first thing we would like to show on the screen, as at this moment Orion is flying back to the Earth, it's gaining speed, and that's also something that you wanted to reflect on, the speed of...
Because when you think about spacecrafts and think about the capsules, you think, oh, they are going fast, they have to get to Earth. But you don't realize how fast they are going until you get a measurement that you know. For example, a flight Amsterdam-New York from Schiphol to JFK, it's 10 hours. But with this rocket, you can make it in 10 minutes. You can make it home for dinner.
Yeah, that's quite fast. And they are now moving faster and faster as they fall back to Earth. Yeah. And Saturday morning, they will hit the atmosphere at 10.5 kilometers per second. So
the hottest and fastest re-entry.
Yeah, so that's going to be amazing and a bit nerve-wracking, I think.
Yeah. Especially if you're inside of the capsule.
Really, yes. I would like to show on the screen an observation that was actually made this morning from our colleagues at the aerospace faculty of the TU Delft, which is a few hundred meters down the road here. And this is an observation done by Marco Langbroek, one of the lecturers at TU Delft Aerospace Faculty. And they have a huge and beautiful telescope on the roof. If you bike next to it, you can see the dome where they have a 41 centimeter telescope. Yeah. And they have been looking at Artemis actually from the Earth to this tiny capsule, but they were able to actually spot the capsule. You see it behind, the stars are in the background, and you see a very small dot that is being displaced, and actually that's the capsule that is now flying back to Earth. Yeah, this is a wonderful observation, and by Marco Langbroek, as I said. Yeah. And make sure to follow Marco Langbroek as well on social media. He makes all kinds of interesting observations with his telescope, both at TU Delft, but also from his Leiden place. So this is really interesting. So We had the flyby of Artemis II. We had the blackout. They couldn't communicate, but now we're getting back some pictures, and they're really stunning. And we showed one yesterday already at the end of the episode when the data came in. But really, I would like to sit back and relax and have a good look at the images. So there is this beautiful. I think this will be the iconic image of the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see here? As is of the Earth and the Moon, of course, but
it's so nice to see the perspective of their possible life that could be on the Moon, seeing the Earth from there. It's fantastic. It's a picture of all of us, technically.
Yeah, we're all in the picture.
Yes,
we're
all together.
Except for the 4 astronauts, of course, that are.
Someone's
gonna
be the photographer.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting for the pictures where also the astronaut is in the image, and actually 3 astronauts are in the image, and then the Moon and the Earth in the background, and then the person taking the picture is the only one not in the picture. I'm still expecting those pictures, but I think this is now called the Earth-SAT picture because it's actually not Earth-rise that they took with Apollo 8, and that was a picture of Earth actually rising from the horizon of the Moon, but this is actually a picture where the Earth is actually setting. So this is just before the communication blackout happened with Earth, where the astronauts were, I believe, 40 minutes in blackout. They couldn't communicate, and they also reached the furthest point from the Earth. And I looked at a video from NASA this morning, where actually it was asked, well, what did you do in that time? And so one of the astronauts said, well, I was trying to get the furthest away in the capsule from Earth. And they were like fighting for that position.
To get the world record.
To get the world record. Yeah, so, but actually they did a lot of work in that flyby. They had to take pictures, observations, and have observations of the Moon and the Sun and the Earth. And they were actually very, very busy.
Yeah. And I heard they discovered some new craters.
Yes, they did, yes.
And I was reading about it this morning, and one of the astronauts, he was married and he lost her wife on a cancer fight during the preparation for Artemis. And all the astronauts decided to name one of the discoveries Carol.
Yeah.
And it's a crater called Carol, and it's fantastic because it's also positioned in the same latitude as their home back in
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it's super sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an emotional moment for the whole crew. That was clear when I saw that footage as well. And they named the second crater, I believe, after Integrity, the name of their capsule that they could name another crater. Yeah, this was a very emotional moment for the crew. Let's move to the next picture that we selected. And that is this one. Yeah, so we're looking at the Moon, and the Sun is behind it. So this is like a solar eclipse in space. And this took about, I believe, 53 minutes.
Yeah.
And, on Earth, when you are in a solar eclipse, you get like a few minutes of eclipse. But when you're in space and you can travel behind the Moon, and you're close to the Moon, you get eclipses like this. Yeah, it's stunning. And it's also interesting to see that you also on the left side of the Moon, you see details there that are actually illuminated by the Earth.
Wow!
Because the Sun cannot illuminate those features. They are illuminated by reflected sunlight from the Earth to the Moon.
Wow!
That's quite stunning.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, and they did observations of the aurora around the Sun. So there is a huge field of plasma around the Sun that you can observe in these pictures, and also dust basically in the solar system that looks a bit foggy, but that's basically dust and the solar atmosphere, which extends far beyond the size of the Sun itself. Yeah, this is a stunning picture, and we selected another one, which is straight from a science fiction movie. Yeah. I believe K2SO would be jealous of us to have this view.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
I'm not exactly where this is, maybe the North Pole of the moon.
Or maybe from a Star Wars movie.
Maybe from afar.
You never know.
Yeah, yeah. Is it a moon? No, it's it's a spacecraft. No, this is just stunning pictures from the Orion capsule looking at the moon. And there's many more of these pictures on the NASA website.
That's nice.
We'll put the link in the description, and you can see many more pictures there of astronauts themselves, but also of the moon and of the Earth and of the solar eclipse. Yeah, it's really, I could spend all my day in these pictures, watching them.
It's great with any technology to get all these pictures.
Yes. Yeah, so let's, we also saw the YouTube video from NASA Johnson, where at NASA Johnson in Houston, they have the mission control, they control the mission. And every day they do like a daily update of what's happening, and there are some interesting bits in that YouTube. And the first of them is that they actually carry a number of items with them from previous missions.
Really?
So actually we see on the top there's the flag that was intended to fly with Apollo 18.
Oh.
And we all know Apollo 18 never made it to the moon, but actually they prepared already a flag that they would like to put on the moon. And they're actually carrying this Apollo 18 now back to the moon.
That's so nice.
And I think this flag will also be brought by Artemis IV, maybe, the first one to land on the moon. They will bring the Apollo 18 flag to the moon.
The flag has gone that far.
Yes, exactly. So this flag has already been to the moon and back, and now it's going again, and hopefully someday will be put on the surface of the moon. Yeah. And there is 3 other flags actually on the spacecraft as well. So it's from the STS-1 crew, the first space shuttle that flew in 1981. Bob Young and John Crippen were the test pilots then, and they also took a flag. Like America is all about patriotism, so they like their flags. And also this flag they're carrying with Artemis II. And there is the flag from the last space shuttle, the STS-135. That flag they're also carrying. And there is a flag of a crewed mission to the ISS with the first crewed Dragon flight from SpaceX. And they also carried the flag, so they're carrying 4 flags from 4 different space missions on board.
There was a suitcase only for flags.
Yeah, a suitcase only for flags, yes. Yeah, and there was another interesting moment in this video where actually the astronauts talked to the ISS. So the International Space Station is also in orbit since 25 years. And it's been occupied by astronauts all the time. And they actually had a moment that there was a direct conversation between the crew of Artemis II and the ISS crew. And so they just chatted a bit. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah. Now that's really right. And they know each other well because they trained together, even went on EVAs together, because Christina Koch.
Yeah, she was on the ISS.
She was on the ISS, yeah.
I think she holds the record.
She holds the record, actually, yeah, for, I believe, the longest...
Woman in space, 728 days, I think.
Yeah, so she's a very well-trained astronaut. That's why they selected these people to go to the moon. And there was another moment in this YouTube where there's actually 2 moments still. Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian astronaut, they were invited to become member of the Association of Space Explorers.
Wow.
And so for Jeremy Hansen I can understand, because this is his first flight. Normally astronauts, they just first go to the ISS and then go back, but this was his first flight and then went to the moon immediately. But for Christina Koch, she also became a member, and I thought, well, why was she not already a member? Yeah. Because she went into space already. So
that's crazy.
If one of the viewers understands how this works, how you become a member of the Association of Space Explorers, please tell us in the comments how that exactly works. And then there is a final moment in this YouTube where they're actually showing from the cameras on the solar panels. And so we have here the solar panels built by Airbus in Leiden, and they have mounted cameras on them, and they They basically take video of this module, and you see here that the capsule gets a bit up and down. It's like it's a bit shaking if you look closely at the YouTube, and that has actually to do with the fact that they are exercising on board. They have to keep their condition, their health, so they're doing exercises. But you actually see that this thing is moving because of that. So that's quite impressive.
It is.
And I also learned that they have to put the solar panels in a certain position during the exercise, not to damage the hinges.
Wow.
Yeah. So that all those dependencies, you just cannot just go for a walk in the park. Basically, when you're on board.
They can take a little lap around the capsule.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's happening now. Yeah, it's actually a bit of a quiet time. They're falling back to Earth, and
no overall problems.
And I haven't heard about the toilet. I don't know. Did you hear something new?
I saw that it was still a bit like not fully working, but they are working on it.
They're working. I think they keep it this way until they splash down, and in like 1 month we heard the real cause. Look, we have already the sign on our screen. Toilet is green when it works, and toilet is red when it doesn't. So I believe it's red, and we'll learn in a few weeks what's really going on
with the
toilet.
Full report about the toilet on NASA.
Yeah, there will be one engineer that will become the toilet design expert engineer that has to dismount it and get into the dirty stuff. Yeah, sounds like a dirty project. No, we're not doing that for NASA. We're interested in other things here at Inholland. One other thing that happened yesterday to our happiness, that the Jeugdjournaal dropped by. And Jeugdjournaal is a daily newscast for Dutch children to learn about the news, and they also explain stuff to children. And they were here because they want to show what's going on with this Artemis II mission. And they also wanted to show the kids, what does it really mean, the distance from the Earth to the Moon, and how can we visualize that? Well, luckily we have the brains of Colin and Arnold, who know everything about VR and AR. So we had the Earth and the Moon in an AR environment where we could really show the distance between it. So we could place, look at the screen, we could place the Earth somewhere next to the camera. And I could take the moon with my headset, with my fingers, and put it at the distance more or less where the moon is also in reality. And then you can see it's a big distance. It's not that close. People are not so aware that the moon is actually quite far away. It's not just something you can go to easily. You have to travel quite a distance to get there. But it was really a joy that they were with us.
I bet they enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Now we had great feedback from lots of people that they really enjoyed this visualization that was done by Colin and Arnold. We need to talk about Nutella.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have here a jar of Calvé pindakaas, peanut butter on our desk. And this is a call out to Nutella Nederland. If you want to sponsor our webcast, you're happy to sponsor us with a weekly Nutella.
We would really appreciate it.
Yeah, because we like this, but we like Nutella better because actually Nutella was in the real live webcast of NASA.
Yeah.
Because originally I thought, well, this is fake. This is AI. Someone
marketing from Nutella or something.
Yeah, that's. What did you think as well?
I thought as well that it was a marketing strategy or something, but in the end.
Yeah, so we have it on the screen here again, that at some point Christina Koch, she put stuff there, and then there is the Nutella jar. And it's like with the logo is at the right moment, fully in the screen. It's amazing. And then the other astronaut, they kicks away the jar and doesn't feel anything about it. This is not real, this is marketing.
Yeah.
But we had some of our students look into the webcast, which are like sometimes 12 hours long.
Yeah.
And they found it. They found the segment in the real NASA YouTube webcast. So
that's so nice.
Yeah, that has to be true. So they have brought Nutella on board yeah, it's a huge win for Nutella, but we look forward to replacing this
With Nutella.
with Nutella. So Nutella Nederland, looking forward to your response. Yeah, so we are almost to the end of our webcast for today, episode number 7. Maybe there is some questions from the audience.
Yeah.
Because we have a growing audience with more and more questions, and we're happy to answer them. If there is a question from the audience, I see there is a question from Hugo, I believe it is. Do you think SpaceX can meet its intended deadline for the moon landing? Violetta, what do you think?
I think they're pretty tight on schedule, if I'm being honest. They have a lot to work on right now. I don't know what's your opinion on it, but I don't think they can make it right now.
No,
Maybe
I
if they
agree.
put a lot more hours.
Yeah, so they plan to land in 2 years now, and we still have to see a lot from
Yeah.
SpaceX, right?
Yeah, we have to see a lot.
Yeah.
But I think they launched something a couple days ago.
They did? Oh,
I
that's
think
new.
I'm not sure.
Maybe a Falcon 9 with Starlink
Yes,
again?
I think that was it.
Yeah, they're launching almost every 3 days now with Starlink. But yeah, SpaceX, they need Starship. They want Starship to land on the moon. And they have to do that in 2 years' time. That's at least the schedule that's now on the NASA pages. But yeah, for that to meet, I mean, they're not even in orbit yet, so to speak, with Starship.
Yeah.
They can get in orbit, I believe, in a few weeks from now. They will do a test, but then that's like a Starship that has to fly around Earth, and they have to actually also build a Starship that can actually go to the moon
And land on the moon.
land on the moon. Yeah, so
And go back.
and go back. Yeah.
Maybe they want to take a vacation on the moon.
Yeah. So this is, I think we both agree. This is, we all cheer for them that they make it, but we think it's not reality that they will make it. And there is also Blue Origin.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Blue Origin?
No. Tell me.
They also have a lunar lander, and they're kind of competing with the Starship of SpaceX to land on the moon. And they have like a lander which is like more of a smaller shape that you can actually think about, okay, this can land on the moon, where a Starship is a huge cigar. And I'm just, thinking about, okay, put a huge cigar on the surface of the moon and then it falls down, you know?
I don't know. Another race to space, I guess.
Yeah, another race to space, yeah. Yeah, so Hugo, I think our answer is no, basically. Another question, do we know what kind of experiments the crew is performing?
Right now, I think they were just taking pictures and analyzing all the surface of the moon, and they wanted to test all the geophysics because they discovered new lava flow rivers, and maybe this can illustrate us a bit the history of the moon. Was it there always? And I think that was more of what they were doing these last few days. I don't know what they're doing right now, but these last few days it was.
No, that was during the lunar flyby. I know of one experiment they do on board, where they have like tissue taken from each of the astronauts, and they expose it to radiation of the radiation environment on Orion. I believe somewhere maybe rather on the outside. So. And to have look at interaction of radiation fields in space, in deep space, with tissue of the astronauts, and then when they're back, compare it with the tissue of the astronauts themselves. But I think they're doing more experiments, but
maybe they will tell us when they land.
Yeah. Look, the questions are flowing in. What is the biggest challenge on board of the capsule until splashdown? What do you think?
I think, is it temperature-wise? It's going to be I don't know if I said it before, but it's going to be the fastest and hottest re-entry on Earth ever. They are going to reach, I think, 5,000 Fahrenheit, which is very, very hot indeed.
Yeah.
So maybe keeping the temperature, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that will be one of the biggest challenges for them before splashdown.
Yeah. Now that will be the moment of truth, and then how the heat shield will hold until that moment. And right now, I think at this moment, until the re-entry, there is not so much of a challenge other than just checking the systems and if they all work well.
And the toilet.
And the toilet, the toilet. That's still a challenge to take. Okay. So, are there any more questions? That's what the last question. Thank you, Arnold, for that interesting question. Yeah, we're looking forward to the splashdown. Tomorrow we will have Rob van Hassel from Airbus with us as co-host, and Rob has been working on the solar panels, so we can have all the questions to Rob tomorrow on how the solar panels really were designed, built and tested, because I know this has been a project that was not started last year. No, this was many years ago that they started designing these special solar panels, and they're now being used and they work quite well. So Rob is here tomorrow with his dog, which is nice. And then the day after we have Promot again in the show, your colleague from Aquilo rocket team, to talk also a bit about Aquilo again.
A great rocket team.
The best rocket team in the world, yes. Yeah. And then on Saturday, after a successful splashdown, my co-host will be a colleague from ESA, from European Space Agency, will be here and we'll look back on the mission. But until then, I'll say we will wrap up here in our studio and we'll see you tomorrow. So may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Yeah!